tax strategist asked me, will clients really buy strategy from me just because of how I make them feel? And the answer is yes, but not because they like you. They buy when your message creates a very specific feeling. And that feeling is, she understands my situation and I can stop worrying. And in this video, I'll show you how to create that feeling with evidence and not just personality without watering down your expertise. I'm Dr. Michelle Mazur, a messaging and marketing strategist and founder of Communication Rebel, and I help experienced experts turn their expertise into messaging that makes the right clients say, ah, finally, someone who gets it. Here's what we're going to actually cover: what people buy on emotion really means, and why feeling understood is actually evidence, and 3 messaging moves that you can create to create that she gets it moment so your best clients can recognize you faster. And if you really want to see if your messaging is doing its job right now, grab the message reality check below. It's free and it is a personalized report based on my frameworks that shows you what's working with your messaging, what's unclear, and where your message is slowly costing you clients. The link is in this description below. People buy an emotion gets repeated so much it feels like it has lost all meaning. A neuroscientist named Antonio Damasio studied patients with damage to the emotional centers of their brain. And these were very smart people. Their logic was intact. They struggled to make even the most basic decisions. Big decisions, small ones, it didn't matter. They'd sit there endlessly weighing options, which appointment time, which restaurant, because without emotion, nothing ever felt right. And that's the point. Emotion isn't the opposite of rational decision making. It's required as a part of decision making. It helps your brain assign weight and meaning so you can actually make a choice. And that matters even more for high stakes decisions, especially ones that are wrought with uncertainty and long-term consequences, like hiring a tax strategist or a leadership consultant or you. Emotion alone doesn't finish the job. The feeling narrows the option. Reasoning still plays a role in the final decision. So buyers need both. Emotions get you on the short list. Substance gets you hired. All right, so what feelings are we actually talking about here? Is it charm, charisma? She's fun to follow on LinkedIn. I like her vibe. And it's not those. It's recognition. It's the moment when a potential client reads your website and hears you describe what you do and who you do it for, and they think, wait, she just described my exact situation. That feeling of being seen, it's not a decoration on top of your expertise. It's evidence of that expertise. Because from your client's point of view, nobody can describe a problem that precisely without deeply understanding it. So when your messaging makes someone feel understood, their brain logs that as proof that this person gets it. Feeling understood is due diligence, which flips that tax strategist questions on its head, because the higher the stakes of what you sell, the more that feeling matters. Because the real fear behind a high stakes purchase isn't, will I like working with this person? It's, will this person actually understand my situation and solve my problem? Or am I just paying for a bunch of generic advice? So here's how to create that feeling in real messaging. And there are 3 things here that are working together. And when you combine them, they create that feeling of relief. The first is that empathy proves you understand. Before you explain your process, describe their situation so precisely that they feel called out in a good way. Not an I help business owners save town taxes, more like you're making good money, but you don't trust that you're keeping as much of it as you should. And every tax season feels like you're going to get a surprise bill at any moment. The second piece is that a point of view will prove how you think. Experts have opinions, and your message should show judgment, not just your services list. So, for example, for my tax strategist, most people think they need more deductions, and usually they need a smarter strategy because deductions aren't a tax plan. Then finally, specificity proves you can deliver. Specific details make your expertise feel real before the sales conversation. Real examples, real constraints, real outcomes. Even without sharing specific numbers, you can show what changed, what you did differently, and what they can expect. Because vague messaging reads like vague expertise, when real expertise is anything but vague. It is very specific. And so when those three things, empathy, a point of view, and specificity are present, your buyer isn't choosing you because you're charming and they like you a whole lot and you have nice hair. They're choosing you because your message made them think, oh, this person understands me. They understand my problem and they can lead me through it. So let me show you what this looks like in the wild. Bev Feldman is a client of mine who does email automation for credentialed experts. She is a tech consultant, and email automation is not a sexy or emotional purchase. Nobody is crying tears of joy because their workflow works. But Bev has a philosophy about consent-based email marketing. No manipulative tactics, no dark patterns, a real understanding of what her subscribers actually need. So when people find her, they don't just see a service list. They see someone who shares their values and understands that their email isn't working the way it should. And the result of that, about 90% of Bev's prospects arrive ready to hire her. The sales conversation is mostly about fit and logistics. That's not because Bev made everyone feel warm and fuzzy about her. It's because her point of view did the trust building and her empathy was there before she got on a call. That feeling of she gets how I want to treat my people was the evidence. So if your message is all substance and no recognition, or if it's describing your services instead of your client's situation, know that that is fixable. Start with the message reality check linked below. It's free and you'll get a personalized report based on my frameworks that show you where your message is clear and doing its job, where it's vague and blending in with everyone else who does what you do, and where it is costing you clients so you know exactly where to fit. And if this was helpful, subscribe for more practical messaging breakdowns for experienced experts and grab the message reality check below. And I'll see you in the next video.